Everyone's lining up to see ya. There must be something about her features. You'll find her beauty goes much deeper once you get to meet her. She's a Mona Lisa.
Hi guys, so I'm starting off this video in an unusual way. I have tried to make this video. I tried twice on Saturday morning, then once on Saturday afternoon, and this is my fourth try. And so the reason why I'm showing you guys this is to be real. Listen, I struggled not really to make the video, but to get what I wanted to say out in a concise way. So I'm going to show you snippets of take 1, 2 and 3. Take 1, 2 and 3, and then I'll show you, and then the real video will play. So yeah, check it out, and just so you can get like a vague idea of the fact that it wasn't like just a smooth once and I spoke and it was perfect, and even the last take is not perfect, but I'm happy with it and I feel like I'm going to post it. But I just thought I would share that so that you guys know a bit of the background story. Okay, enjoy the video. Thank you for watching.
A week before schools are open to make even less. Within that time that we started the 2018 school calendar, and I got a call from 2 school version of my life story, and then I'm going to speak about 2 times in my life.
Hi guys, welcome back to Kristen's Corner. It's Monday, so you know I have a new video for you, and I'm sure as you've seen in the title, this video is about my faith and my belief story that I'm going to share with you. Just as a disclaimer, when I refer to God in this story that I'm going to be telling you about my faith, I'm referring to Jesus Christ because I am a Christian. And also, I'm not a preacher or a pastor or any of that type of stuff. I'm just a normal person that has had some really great experiences with faith. And so I would like to share that as encouragement to you who is watching this. We all are believing for things all the time. And so I thought, let me share my experiences and see maybe I will inspire somebody. Okay, so my story is I guess it's like a process. It's been a long journey, and there are 2 things that I want to speak about specifically. Now, of course, there are many things that I've trusted God for and believed for before, and God has come through for me for many things, but these specific 2 things stand out to me. One is like very big, like wow, and then one is a bit more, I would say, insignificant in like the grand scheme of things and my purpose. So the first thing that I'm going to share about is me getting a job. So as you all know, I am a teacher and I studied at the University of Pretoria, or maybe you don't know, but yeah, that's the facts. I'm a teacher and I studied at the University of Pretoria, and at the end of 2017 I was done with my university career, and 2018 was going to be the year that I started my teaching career officially. Now I'm just going to backtrack a bit and tell you guys about something that I used to do when I was still studying. As we all know, you study and then you have your first day of work. Which is very daunting, and it can be a very stressful experience. And for me, when I was still studying, I used to think and imagine about what that first day of school would be like. And I used to imagine the kids and myself and the parents and what the disposition was. And whenever I imagined that day, my first day of teaching and my first parents meeting, I always pictured it as a day of happiness and joy and excitement. I was always, in my imagination, I was always very in control of the situation, and the parents, both the parents and the learners, were very excited. This is obviously in my imagination, right? This is not real yet. And I would always imagine that, and I began to practice that or do that a lot more as my years of studying came to an end. Like before I would go to bed, I would picture that, because also I was very excited to become a teacher, so I think that's why I always kept on imagining those things. And so I guess I knew in my heart that that's how I wanted it to be, and that's how it would become. So I continue to do it, and I keep on saying the same thing over again. So then end of 2017 comes, and I don't have a job. Many of my peers had jobs or knew what they were going to do the next year, but I didn't, and I know that is the case for many university students. You don't know what's going to happen after varsity. So I was one of them. I didn't know where I was going to get a job, where I was going to be living, or what was going to be happening. And basically the whole of December, that was my situation. My family and my friends obviously encouraged me, and everyone had faith. I had faith that I would get the job, that the picture that I had in my head of what my first day of school would be like would happen. And as time went on, I guess outwardly my faith dimmered, but inside of me I had this hope and this belief that that first day of school that I was imagining, that it would happen and it would come to pass. So January 2018 begins, and the school year is almost approaching, and still there's nothing. And a week before school began, I woke up to a phone call from a school in Pretoria, and that school told me that I should come to Pretoria for a job interview. So obviously it was scary because I was in Durban and I was just going to drop everything and go to Pretoria. I wouldn't have a place to stay or anything, but I I told them, okay, no problem, I would go. I would be there for the interview. We set a time, I think it was 8 or 9 in the morning, and I was about to go down to my parents, my mom and my sister. They were downstairs. I was going to tell them, like, look, I have this job interview. Put the phone down and gather myself and my thoughts, and then the phone rings again. It's another school. Another school is calling me with a job interview, also in Pretoria. They asked me what day. I say the same day of the other interviews. So basically I would have 2 interviews on the same day for a later time. And it was a hectic experience trying to get all my stuff in, and I had to take a bus, which was even more hectic because I had to leave like a day before. And basically the reason why I'm sharing this or explaining this is not because I want to be like, oh wow, look at me, I had 2 job interviews on the same day. No, it's just to show that when you have faith, things can happen in an instant. I literally went from having nothing to having 2 job interviews for schools where I could potentially work on the same day, like in an instant. So I travel to Pretoria and I go for the job interviews, and the first interview, in the interview they tell me, no, you have the job. So obviously I know I have another interview, so I can't really accept yet. I tell them I will let them know by the end of the day if I will accept it. I go to the next job interview, I also get that job. So you can imagine, I go from having nothing on the table to having 2 jobs, and then getting to pick which job I want or which school I want to work at. So it's wild. So I end up going with the second school, and literally the next day is the first day of school, where I would meet my class and my parents like I imagined in my 4th year and throughout my teaching years of studying, So and obviously in my head I'm like, how is this going to be possible? I'm not prepared. I don't have a file, a poster, and nothing. Like, how am I going to, what I imagined in my head, how is that going to come to pass? But God makes it so that the teacher that I'm taking over from literally leaves all of her stuff, like her files, her prep work, her posters. She leaves everything in the classroom for me, and she basically hands over a fully organized classroom to me on that day when I get the job to take over from. Like, that is a blessing beyond, because the situation could have been so different where parents rocked up to a classroom where there was nothing and I didn't know what was going on. And then I go to school the next day, and that first day of school, so my first day officially as a teacher, is almost exactly like what I imagined all those years in university and mainly in my 4th year. The parents, the energy, my control of the situation, parents' receptiveness towards me, kids' receptiveness towards me, just the whole, everything that I imagined was actually almost to the T of what was real life on my first day of school. And the only thing that I can account it to is my faith in God, that would happen, and like that God did that for me, that what I believed for and hoped for and dreamed for, God made that possible for me. And so I just want to encourage you that believe, dream, visualize, see the thing in your mind of what you want to come, and it will happen. It will be possible, because it's happened for me, and if it can happen for me, it can 100% happen for you. So the next story quickly is that I'm going to share about me visualizing and believing and having faith as a bit. So the ring is not insignificant. It's very significant to me in my relationship with Denzel, but it's not significant in the grand scheme of life. Like a ring doesn't matter. A ring, it's not going to take you towards your destiny or pull you away from your destiny. But this ring that's on my finger, I always knew that I wanted it, and I always, when I used to pass the shop in the mall, I would always see it, and I would like put my finger there and like imagine, ooh, how it's gonna look on my finger, yeah. But I never thought that it would actually happen, like that I would actually get it, you know. I just used to like tell people like, yo, I really like that ring. I also like share it with Denzel, but it's a pretty expensive ring, and I didn't think that it would be the ring that I got when I first got engaged. I thought, you know, when we get older and we obtain wealth, maybe I will be able to get that ring. And so, yeah, I used to go past it and like, I'm like, ooh, I can't wait. One day I'll have that ring, and like picture how it would be on my finger and all of that stuff. And then in December, when Denzel proposed to me, he proposed with this ring that I had been picturing and dreaming of and hoping for and wanting for so long. He had proposed for it, and with it, sorry. And the reason why that is significant for me and why I would like to share it with you is because even those things that we think are insignificant and that God doesn't care about, the things that you hope for or you wish for, the car, the house, the whatever it is, that is not really something that's, you know, like destiny or those kind of things. Even those things God hears about, and he knows about, and he cares about, and he can come through for you with. And like that is just my this ring, while it has significance in my relationship, it also held that significance to me, that God even cares about the small desires of your heart. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share with you guys. And I know it might sound silly to some people, like okay, a ring and your first day of school, those are not major. Maybe to some people it's not major, but to me it's major, because it just shows me and is evidence of the kind of God that I serve, and is evidence of my practice of having faith and belief in things that I want to happen. And so that's my method of how I do things. When I want something, I have faith in my heart and I believe that it will come to pass. But I also physically visualize how that thing would be. And that has really worked for me, and I would like to encourage you to find your method of faith and belief. What is your practice going to be? We obviously know that the Bible says a lot of things about faith, but how are you physically going to practice it, I guess, in a practical way, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's my encouragement to you. I hope that it encouraged you, and this is a bit of a personal one and a bit of a scary one to record and post, but I hope that it is a sense of encouragement to all of you. So yeah, so yes guys, that is my faith story and my story of encouragement to you. And what I would like us to do in practice is I'm sharing my faith story with you, but I would like you in the description, not the description, the comment section, to comment about what it is that you are personally believing for. A big thing like a job, a dream job, a first day at work, whatever it is, the big thing or the small thing, the ring, the car, the house, whatever it is that you are believing for, comment about it down below, and I will believe with you, and I'll also ask my mom to believe with you, and we will take all of those things that you comment down below, and we will believe with you that it would come to pass, and we will pray about it. And yeah, I just want to encourage people about your faith journey. It is a personal one, but it's also one that can inspire people if you share about it, no matter how big or small it is. And that is my intention today with sharing my story. So yeah, thank you again for watching. Please remember to comment about your faith story, or comment about whether you enjoyed this video or not. That's up to you. And please remember to subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, and make sure that you stay tuned. You know, Thursday a new video is coming, and it's quite an interesting one, more relaxed video, but quite interesting. And yeah, I'll see you again on Thursday. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time, love you guys.